Winter 2025-2026 will not be peaceful. NOAA warns that La Niña may bring deeper cold, more snow, and constantly shifting weather across many parts of the U.S. Warm this week, blizzard next week. When the weather becomes chaotic, food prices climb again. Many people aged 50 plus say plainly, grocery shopping now costs twice as much. And with just one major storm, supermarkets can close for days, transportation may halt, and shelves can go empty. Those who don't prepare early will be the first to feel the impact. So here are the 15 most essential grocery items you should stockpile before next month, to avoid shortages, avoid price hikes, and always have safe food during winter. Starting with number 15, a product many people underestimate but becomes a quiet lifesaver whenever the weather turns. 15. Rice. If you could choose only one type of food to stockpile before next month, it has to be rice. Not because it's cheap, not because it's familiar, but because rice is a survival foundation in every difficult period. From blizzards, supply chain disruptions, to food inflation. Rice has a power that very few other foods possess. It keeps you full for a long time, is easy to cook, simple to store, and especially, can last 25-30 years if stored properly. Yes, the bag of rice you buy today can still be perfectly edible 30 years from now. 1 kilogram of rice can turn an empty kitchen into a safe zone. 1 cup of rice can become a complete dinner for the whole family when things get tough. And when shelves go empty, during a snowstorm, when trucks can't deliver on time, or when people panic buy, rice is always the first thing to disappear. Viewers aged 50 plus understand this better than anyone. Rice is easy to digest, easy to cook, and requires no complicated techniques. You only need water, a little heat, and some seasoning, and that's enough for a warm, filling, safe meal. Rice is also incredibly versatile. Eat it with beans, canned meat, canned fish, canned vegetables, soups, eggs. Just a few inexpensive ingredients can create a complete meal. The scariest part? When inflation returns or the weather gets colder, rice prices rise very quickly. Not by a few cents, but by each shipment, each week. Some areas even run out of stock because demand spikes too high. That is why rice is placed at number 15, the most important position in this entire list. Rice is not just food. Rice is insurance. It is preparedness. It is the shield that protects you from unpredictable disruptions next month. Stock up now. Don't wait until it's too late. 14. Canned beans. They call me the last warning, because I only show up when people start getting complacent, thinking they don't need to prepare anything else. But trust me, canned beans are something you cannot afford to skip before next month. If rice is the foundation, then canned beans are the nutritional heart of any stockpiling plan. Why? Because canned beans are one of the most stable sources of protein, fiber, and calories you can buy in an American grocery store. No soaking, no hours of cooking. Just open the can and eat. Heat it for a few minutes, or mix it into any dish to turn it into a full meal. For people aged 50 and above, this is safe food. Easy to digest, not heavy on the stomach. Nutrient-rich, and extremely convenient on days when the power goes out, gas runs low, or when cold weather makes you not want to cook. Canned beans also have an advantage that many people overlook: a long shelf life. Some types can last from 2 to 5 years without losing quality. When supply chains break, meat prices rise, or grocery stores run out of stock because of snowstorms, canned beans become a literal lifesaver. You can use them for soups, salads, chili, rice, pasta, or eat them straight in emergencies. A small can of beans, yet it contains enough energy for a full meal, something very few foods can offer. And here's the truth, many people only realize when it's too late. Canned beans are one of the fastest items to disappear when people start stockpiling. Americans scramble to buy them because they're too convenient, too nutritious, and too easy to use. So, as the last warning, let me remind you one more time. Canned beans are not just a side item. They are a source of life during difficult times. Put them in your cart before next month brings things you don't expect. 13. Dry beans. Dry beans are always the item rushed people overlook, but those who understand never let themselves run out. In the world of long-term food storage, very few things are as durable as dry beans. If stored properly in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, their shelf life can reach up to 30 years. Buy once, secure for decades. But the reason dry beans become a must-buy before next month isn't just their durability. This winter is forecasted to bring multiple deep freezes, early snowstorms, and transportation disruptions. When supply chains break and meat prices rise week after week, cheap, high-protein foods like dry beans are the first to disappear from shelves, quietly but completely. A bag of beans that costs just a few dollars can become a pot of soup, chili, or stew nutritious enough for the whole family. Protein, fiber, iron, magnesium, all essential nutrients that people 50+ especially need when their bodies lose energy more easily in cold weather. Dry beans are also extremely versatile. Eat them with rice, pasta, salads, or mash them into filling for quick meals when the weather cuts through your bones. Many people think dry beans take too long to cook, but in reality, you only need to soak them and simmer. Cheap, nutritious, durable, easy to prepare, and they become the backbone of every pantry when bad weather empties grocery stores. If there is any item you should buy early before next month brings weather shocks, it's dry beans. And if this section is helpful, a like and the subscribe button will help the video reach many more people 50+ who need the same preparation as you. 12. Canned meat. The last line of defense. When fresh meat disappears. Canned meat. Or as many who have survived the worst winters call me, the last line of defense when fresh meat disappears. Because in the US, whenever the weather turns bad, transportation jams, or fresh meat prices skyrocket, the very first thing to vanish from supermarkets is meat. And when there is nothing fresh left to buy, canned meat becomes the only protein source you can rely on. What makes canned meat this important isn't that it tastes better or is more convenient than fresh meat. It's because it is stable, long-lasting, and does not rely on a refrigerator. In winter, just half a day of power outage can spoil all the fresh meat in your freezer. But canned meat still stands there, safe, unchanged, ready to become an emergency meal for the whole family. For people 50+, protein is the foundation that helps maintain muscle, stamina, and the immune system. But this is also the age group most vulnerable when food supply chains break. A can of chicken, tuna, salmon, or canned beef when you cannot drive out of the house because of ice and snow. That is not just food. It is emotional reassurance, the feeling of safety. Canned meat also has an advantage many people underestimate. It allows you to maintain full meals without complicated cooking. A can of meat opened during freezing weather or when supermarket shelves are empty is worth more than anything. And here is the most important thing. Every winter, canned meat is always one of the fastest items to sell out. Those who prepare early are always the calmest during chaos. I am canned meat. The last line of defense. When fresh meat disappears. And if there is one product you need to bring into your home before next month, it is me. 11. Dry pasta. Dry pasta is the simplest yet most resilient food to create a filling meal when everything becomes unpredictable. Pasta is not a fancy dish, but it is one of the rare foods that can turn a bare-bones kitchen into a complete dinner. What makes dry pasta so important is not just the low price, but the fact that anyone at any age can cook it. You only need boiling water. No fresh meat, no refrigerator, no complicated cooking skills. During bad weather, power outages, or supermarket shortages, pasta becomes the quiet anchor for older households. It lets you combine whatever is left in the house: a can of chicken, some tomato sauce, a bit of canned vegetables. Just a few minutes of gentle stirring, and you have a warm meal that helps your body regain energy. What many people don't realize is that pasta helps extend the lifespan of every other food. You eat less meat, save canned goods, and turn each can into a more complete meal. For people aged 50 plus, this is a dish that is light on the stomach, keeps you full longer, and prevents that hollow hunger during cold days when the body feels drained. And when transportation disruptions or snowstorms happen, the pasta aisle is one of the first things to disappear. People always return to classic, simple, fail-proof foods, and pasta is exactly that. Don't wait until everyone is grabbing the last cans on the shelf to remember pasta. If this section helps you prepare better for next month, leave a gentle like, so the video reaches more families who need the same sense of reassurance as you. 10. Oats are the safest, hunger-saving breakfast when you need something cheap, heart-healthy, and long-lasting. What makes oats important is not that they are a healthy food, but that they provide steady energy, helping people 50+ avoid fatigue during cold days, when fresh food is scarce, or when budgets need tightening. Their dry structure and low moisture content make oats very hard to spoil. As long as you keep them in a cool, dry place away from insects, you can store them for years without losing nutrition. The most common mistake is keeping oats in paper packaging. Just a little moisture or ants, weevils, and the whole supply is gone. Storing them in airtight jars or mylar bags is the best way to maintain long-term durability. When crisis hits, power outages, frozen roads, supermarkets running out of milk and fresh food, a hot bowl of oatmeal is what helps you stay calm. All you need is boiling water, and you immediately have a meal that is easy to digest, gentle on the stomach, yet nutritious enough to keep you going all day. For older adults, oats are also a natural shield for the heart thanks to beta-glucan, which helps reduce cholesterol. They're cheaper than many other grains, but durable, safe, and versatile. Don't wait until the shelves are empty to think about oats. If this section helps you prepare better, a gentle like will help the video reach more people who need this information. 9. Lentils. Lentils are one of the rare protein sources that are more nutritious than dry beans and cook so quickly that they can save you on the coldest days. What makes lentils special is not just their superior protein and fiber content, but the fact that they cook very fast. When it's cold, when the power goes out, when cooking fuel is limited, or when you only have enough energy to make something simple, lentils are the one food that can turn into a complete meal in just a few minutes. Unlike dry beans that must be soaked overnight, lentils require almost no preparation. Just rinse, simmer lightly, add a bit of salt or seasoning, and you have a warm, creamy, nutrient-rich pot of lentils. Perfect for people 50+ who need a light but energizing meal. A common mistake is storing lentils in thin bags or in humid places. They absorb moisture quickly, discolor easily, and lose quality. Keeping them in airtight containers, away from sunlight, is the best way to let lentils live the longest in your pantry. During times when meat prices rise supermarkets run low on stock, or winter disrupts transportation, lentils become an indispensable alternative protein source. They are gentle on the stomach, filling, and most importantly, they do not depend on a refrigerator. Lentils are not just a stockpile food. They are the fastest option for a safe meal when you truly need one. Have you ever stocked lentils? Leave a comment below so others can learn from your experience. 8. Canned vegetables. Canned vegetables are the only nutritional lifeline when fresh produce disappears from supermarket shelves during winter. What makes canned vegetables important is not that they are cheap or convenient, but that they protect you from vitamin deficiencies. Something very likely to happen during snowstorms, power outages, or transportation shutdowns when you cannot buy fresh vegetables for many days in a row. The FDA states that canned vegetables retain up to 80–90% of the nutrients found in fresh produce. Vitamin A, K, fiber, and minerals remain intact, helping older adults maintain their immune system when cold weather weakens the body much faster. The biggest mistake many families make is thinking canned vegetables are not good. The truth lies in how you choose them. If you pick low sodium, no sugar, no syrup varieties, you have a durable, safe vegetable source that can be stored for months without losing quality. During crises, canned vegetables play another critical role. They prevent your body from falling into nutrient deficiency. A single can of green beans or carrots can turn a poor meal into a complete one, helping those 50+ regain energy quickly. Fresh vegetables disappear very quickly in winter, but canned vegetables remain. And sometimes, just one small can is enough to make you feel like everything is still okay. What kind of canned vegetables do you usually stockpile? Share in the comments so others can learn from your experience. 7. Canned fruit. Canned fruit is the only backup vitamin reserve that still stands strong when winter wipes out all fresh fruit from grocery shelves. What makes canned fruit important is not that it's sweet, easy to eat, or convenient. It's because in winter, fresh fruit is the very first thing to disappear. Snowstorms, frozen roads, trucks unable to deliver, and within just 24 hours, the produce section is usually empty. For people over 50, lacking vitamins A and C for just a few days can lead to fatigue, weakened immunity, vulnerability to colds, and exhaustion. That's why canned fruit serves as a safe, durable, always-ready source of vitamins in your emergency pantry. The FDA notes that canned fruit, when chosen correctly, still retains most essential nutrients. Vitamin C from peaches, vitamin A from carrots, mango, fiber from pears, pineapple, or mixed fruit. The biggest mistake many people make is choosing fruit packed in sugary syrup. That leads them to believe canned fruit is unhealthy. In reality, simply choosing varieties in juice or no sugar added gives you a clean, safe, long-lasting vitamin source throughout the cold season. On days when your household only has canned goods and carbs, a can of fruit can completely transform the meal. It lifts your mood, restores vitamins quickly, and is especially helpful for older adults who struggle to eat vegetables or heavy foods in cold weather. Canned fruit isn't just a convenient dessert. It's a nutrient source that keeps you healthy when winter challenges every family. What type of canned fruit do you usually stockpile? Peaches, pineapple, or mixed fruit? Share your choice so everyone can learn from it. 6. Canned soup. Canned soup is the fastest warm meal you can rely on when the cold cuts deep and your home no longer has enough ingredients to cook. It's no coincidence that soup is always one of the first products to disappear when America enters winter. When the weather turns bad, when you're tired, when the power goes out, or when you open your pantry and only see a few scattered items. Canned soup becomes the safest, most complete, and quickest meal you can prepare. Just a few minutes of heating, and you have a warm bowl of soup that helps your body regain heat and energy. What makes canned soup special, different from other canned foods, is that it's already fully cooked. Protein, vegetables, broth, everything is blended together in one small can. For older adults, this is extremely important. You don't need to stand in the kitchen for long, you don't need much preparation, and you don't have to worry about lacking nutrition when cold weather easily weakens the body. The mistake many people make is buying only one type of soup. This easily leads to burnout when eaten continuously. Instead, stocking up on a variety, chicken noodle, vegetable, tomato, beef stew, helps you rotate meals and ensures enough nutrients during difficult days. During snowstorms, when transportation freezes and supermarkets turn off the produce section, a simple can of soup can become a life-saving meal, warming your chest and helping older adults recover quickly after a long, cold day. Canned soup is not a side item. It is the emotional and nutritional anchor of winter. What kind of soup do you usually stockpile? Chicken noodle, tomato, or vegetable? Share so others can learn from your experience. 5. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is compressed energy for cold and difficult days. What makes it important isn't that it's tasty or convenient, but that just one small spoon provides enough calories to keep the body warm and alert, especially for people over 50. When it's cold, the body burns energy faster and eating patterns become irregular. Peanut butter becomes an extremely effective source of protein plus healthy fats. Its biggest advantage: it takes a very long time to spoil. Even during power outages, shortages, or transportation disruptions caused by snowstorms, a jar of peanut butter still sits there, safe and ready to use at any time. A common mistake is choosing the kinds with lots of sugar. People 50+ should prioritize natural or no sugar added to keep blood sugar and weight stable throughout winter. Another great thing: it's incredibly versatile. Spread it on bread, mix it into oatmeal, eat it with crackers, or just take a spoonful when your energy crashes. Quick, strong, and nourishing. Peanut butter is something you absolutely want in your pantry before next month. Do you use creamy or crunchy? Share your choice in the comments. 4. Powdered milk. Powdered milk is the nutritional lifeline when winter makes all fresh milk disappear from the supermarket. And this year, it will happen even faster because of deep cold, frozen transportation and refrigerated trucks failing to run on schedule. Once the roads are jammed, fresh milk disappears within just a few hours. Why should you buy powdered milk before next month? Prices are rising slightly each week. Unstable transportation costs and supply shortages make milk a sensitive item in winter. No reliance on the refrigerator, one power outage and fresh milk spoils, but powdered milk stays safe and usable. Complete nutrition for people. 50+, calcium, protein, vitamin D, the most important nutrients during the cold season. The biggest mistake many people make is choosing small packets. If you truly want to stockpile, pick large cans of whole milk powder or non-fat, long-lasting, versatile, and usable for drinking, mixing into oatmeal, cooking soup, or baking. During snowstorm days, just a little powdered milk is enough to keep meals warm and nutritionally complete. What type of powdered milk do you prefer? Leave a comment below. If this section was helpful, a like and the subscribe button will help the video reach more people who need to prepare. 3. Instant potatoes. Instant potatoes are a true emergency meal. just hot water is enough to create something filling, warming, and extremely easy to eat for older adults. The strongest advantage of instant potatoes is speed. When the weather is cold, the power is weak, or you're too tired to cook, just 1-2 minutes gives you a carb-rich meal that helps keep the body warm and maintain energy. Unlike instant noodles, instant potatoes keep you full longer, contain less sodium, and are more suitable for people 50+ who need a healthier diet throughout the winter. Their long shelf life lets you stock them for months without worrying about spoilage. Use them as a side dish, a main dish, add them to soup, or mix them with canned meat. All turn into complete meals. During days of heavy snow, instant potatoes are truly a lifesaver. Which flavor do you prefer? Original, butter, or garlic? Comment below so everyone can learn from your experience. Stockpile. Honey is the only immortal food in your pantry. It never spoils, whether you keep it for 5 years or 50 years. In the cold season, what makes honey important isn't just its natural sweetness, but the fact that it is both food and medicine at the same time. When the weather irritates your throat, causes lingering coughs, or weakens the body, a spoonful of honey soothes the throat, boosts immunity, and provides energy faster than refined sugar. For people over 50, this is a major advantage. Honey absorbs slowly, keeps energy stable, and is easy to digest. What many people don't know is that honey has strong antibacterial properties, very low moisture, and an acidic pH, which means bacteria cannot survive in it. Whether it crystallizes or changes color, honey is still completely safe to use. A common mistake: seeing honey thicken and throwing it away. Simply place the jar in warm water and it will return to its original state. Honey is something you want to have in your pantry every winter. What kind of honey do you like the most? Share it so everyone can know. 1. Canned bacon. Canned bacon isn't a survival food. It's a morale booster when winter drags on and meals start feeling bland. What makes canned bacon special is its quick energy. The fat plus protein combination helps keep the body warm and delivers strong calories, especially useful when you've had no fresh food for days under heavy snow. It's also the easiest way to make soup, noodles, potatoes, rice taste richer and more appealing. In times of scarcity, morale matters, and a little bacon can turn a meal from just surviving into pleasant to eat, especially for older adults. Long shelf life, no refrigeration needed, ready to use right out of the can. A common mistake: only buying the overly salty kind. People 50+ should choose low sodium for heart safety. Canned bacon isn't as essential as beans or rice, but in reality, it's the item that keeps your winter meal plan enjoyable for much longer. Have you ever tried canned bacon? If you have, share your thoughts. These 15 items aren't meant to be bought and forgotten. They are your winter shield. When snowstorms block the roads, when food prices spike, when grocery stores close and you still need warm, safe, complete meals. Remember this: you don't stockpile out of fear. You do it for peace of mind, for your family, and because it is the smart way to stay ahead of the times. See you in the next video, where I'll show you how to get through the American winter with confidence, without panic, and always one step ahead of every disruption.